All right, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. The contracts at the VA are still being looked at through a magnifying glass or microscope or what have you. And I hope that there is more scrutiny on which ones are eliminated versus which ones stay. We all know that the original, I guess, kind of swipe at the contracts included some that were actually necessary. Everything that fell under a generalized umbrella, they weren't necessarily all non-essential contracts. So with that, there are more to come. In fact, the VA is planning to phase out $1.8 billion in non-mission critical duplicative contracts. So I wanted to go through this. Before I do, though, I want to throw on a special thank you to Ernest Trujillo 2896. Ernest Trujillo, thank you so much for the super comment, super chat. I really do appreciate your support so very much. Ernest Trujillo 2896. Thanks so much for your support. I appreciate you. All right, so the VA is planning to cut all of these contracts. Let's dive into it here. The Department of Veterans Affairs has started canceling 585 non-mission critical or duplicative contracts worth about $1.8 billion combined, following a review of nearly 2,000 professional services contracts. So, look, on a 2,000 contracts, just over 0.25% of them were duplicative or non-mission critical. Now, I hope that everybody went through them and really made sure that they're not going to have some sort of weird collateral damage to us. I'm absolutely sure that there are some that are just frivolous, nonsensical type of contracts. So potentially a great move, right? So let's go through this and see what we're talking about here. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Every thumbs up, every minute watched helps to push this information out. Thank you to all you members. I really do appreciate you. If you want to support and become a member, thank you. You can do that by going to the homepage. You'll see the highlighted members and a join button there. All right, so moving on. The VA said Monday, and I don't remember what Monday was, maybe the 3rd or something like that, the first Monday of March of 2025. The VA said the contract cancellations mark the first step in its ongoing audit of approximately 90,000 contracts. 90,000 contracts. Could you imagine 90,000 contracts totaling more than $67 billion? So 90,000 contracts, $67 billion, and who's overseeing? I mean, that's just mind-boggling to me. All right, so redirecting over $900 million. After identifying duplicative contracts, VA can now shift approximately $900 million. Now, why do you think that they're saying $900 million versus the $1.8 billion? Okay, so it's 50%. So 50%. Because they are canceling the contracts mid-stride. They've already paid out $900,000 on these contracts. So sure, it's $1.8 billion in contracts, but you've already paid out $900,000. So you have $900,000 left that you're actually able to save, we'll say. All right. So $900 million toward healthcare services and benefits for veterans. According to the agency, non-mission critical contracts are not included in the reductions. Under President Trump, VA is focused on becoming more efficient, responsive, and accountable to the veterans' family members and caregivers, as well as survivors we are charged with serving. We are putting veterans first at the VA, said VA Secretary Doug Collins. That means finding new and better ways to do our jobs and focus our resources. Every dollar we spend on wasteful or duplicative contracts is one less dollar we can spend on veterans. And given that choice, I will always side with the veterans, added Collins. Multi-level review process. VA conducted a multi-level review process, thank God, involving VA senior leaders, contracting officials, and career subject matter expert employees. Under the process, VA career employees assessed the contracts based on how they support the department's beneficiaries and veterans. They were also given the option to stop a contract from being terminated if they thought the move would negatively impact the delivery of VA healthcare benefits and other services to beneficiaries. Canceled contracts include those providing administrative services that the department can perform on its own, such as leadership coaching, staff mentoring, and meeting agenda preparation. VA also moved to eliminate contracts offering the exact same services, such as third-party certifications for items like enhanced use leases. All right, so that concludes the article here. I found this on Executive Gov, and this just came out March 4th, 2025, and wanted to share it with you. So my question to you is, there's a lot of moving pieces right now, okay? So I can't speak for all of us, but I would assume that the majority of people think that there is waste, fraud, and abuse, whether intentional or not, right? Because that kind of covers it all. Waste can be kind of not really on purpose, not intentional. Fraud is obviously intentional, and abuse would, I guess, be intentional. But the bottom line is that there is a lot of contracts. I'm boggled by how many contracts the VA has. Now, out of those contracts, we are sure that there are going to be some that are not needed. Obviously, they've identified a bunch of them, and they are eliminating those. What do you think about that? Do you think that that's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think that it's, obviously we have very limited information, so we don't know what sort of collateral effects or anything that we're going to see from the veteran or beneficiary perspective. But let's just assume for a moment that it's not really going to impact us as the beneficiary, right, on this side. When we look at the VA as a whole, right, VHA, VBA, and the National Cemeteries Administration, we got the VA, and then we have everybody they serve, right? Veterans, spouses, dependents, survivors, caregivers over here. Two different things. So if we aren't impacted, does it, and let's say the VA themselves, they're impacted, but they can shift things and make it work, and we don't really feel it, right? Might suck for some employees, right? Well, now you got some new job duties, employee X, right? Now you got to take the minute notes, or now you got to prep the meeting, or now you got to make that PowerPoint slide, or now guess what? You are the coach, right? Senior leader, you're the coach and mentor now for those employees, and then you for those ones, and you for those ones, right? Train the trainer, have at it. You are it. It's going to suck for some employees. You're going to get new job duties, right? So there's two ways to look at this, right? As the beneficiary, who the VA is supposed to serve, and then the VA itself being self-serving or not. Should, or do you think, I guess is a better way, do you think that the VA should also have things that make their jobs easier, better morale, from a working perspective? I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. Do you think that they should have things maybe that make their life a little better from a job employment perspective? Or, suck it up, deal with it. You got some new job duties, move on. As long as the veterans get taken care of appropriately and we can shift money, that's good too. So I'd love to get your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.